Mr. Stork, the coolest guy around, is super cool and also gets into some dope fights.
You there! Stop! Don't dare attack me! Help!
Testing, okay. Testing.
Well, there's some severe trouble that Mr. Stork has got in it. But it seems like Mr. Stork has been doing some things behind the scenes that some people may be unhappy with.
You know, you're going to regret this.
Whatever. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, how's it going, Mr. President? How's your day going? Just, filing through these paperwork.
With that in mind, we decided to talk to our investigator, I don't know.
Hello, investigator, whatever the and have a pretty fair assessment on who actually did it. Here's what we did. Got extended interviews with people that Mr. Stork knew personally, including George, Elaine, and Kessler. People like Newman were mentioned by Elaine in the investigation, which we decided to inspect more into. We asked them various questions, such as if Mr. Stork owed him any money, if he had any enemies, their relationship with him, any arguments, and etc. Kessler did indeed have Mr. Stork owe money for him for work that he did, but he had a very positive relationship according to Mr. Stork's according to his statement. Newman did dislike Mr. Stork, but it wasn't a vendetta against him according to his statement. We assume Newman doesn't really like to keep up with Mr. Stork, and that Newman's contact with other individuals is very limited according to his phone records. More on that later. George stated that Mr. Stork owed him $4.25 exact. Elaine stated she had no clue if anyone owed Mr. Stork any money. She brings up Newman out of the blue randomly, which we can assume she's attempting to derail the investigation to shift the blame off herself. Just look how weird she sounds in this interview.
So whoever said anything about murder, I was just saying that was making me angry.
I know, just in case you were leading to, accusing me of murder, I just wanted to say that I didn't.
Blood from the crime scene was also examined, in addition with the blood types of the individuals who are in the investigation and who were questioned. The blood at the crime scene was both Mr. Stork's, which is O positive, and A positive, which those blood types belong to Elaine and Kessler. Now, the investigation was narrowed down to those two individuals. We decided to obtain phone records of all the people in the investigation. In addition, we also got the criminal records of the individuals. Before Mr. Stork's death, he actually called his bank at Chase Bank, and Kessler received a call from his tax attorney. Consuming all this information, we concluded that Kessler and Elaine were actually collaborating in the murder of Mr. Stork. Due to Kessler's motive, we can assume that Kessler wanted money out of Mr. Stork that he owed him, and Kessler was pretty poor. And also Elaine's motive having the fact that she can't really let go of him because of their relationship. So we decided to move to arrest him.
Look, I don't have to sit here and take this. Especially not from you. Cut the camera.
Whatever. You're coming with us. Alright, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer, have him present you with the wild question. Whatever, man. You're just arrested, dude. I don't care anymore. Just get him.